video is about studying on an international level within a budget at best value for money. So you may consider studying in Germany. I work as a scientific assistant at a University of Applied Science in Germany, and I'm also enrolled as a student most of the time, so I know both sides of this perspective. I have studied in a classroom and I also studied online. There is of course one catch about this, which is the language. In Germany we have some study programs in English language, but of course the most of the courses are in German language. But the biggest advantage of all is in Germany we don't have tuition fees. In comparison to other European countries, you can study on a budget and it's very well priced in Germany because of no tuition fees. Entrance qualifications. If you come from an EU country or from a European country, it will usually also allow you to study in Germany. If you come from outside the EU, 2 or 3 years of study in your home country are often sufficient, depending on where you're from. In artistic subjects, especially talented applicants are sometimes admitted based on work samples. About school levels, detailed information is provided by the German website Anabin. This site does not have an English version, so here you can use a Google Translator to help yourself. If the requirement is not met, eventually a foundation course must be taken, but that is very lengthy, like 1 year, and requires a quite good command of German already. So it might be more efficient to study 2 or 3 years at a local university and then change to a German university. Another good resource to check about requirements and plan your studies in Germany is the homepage of the DAAD, which is the German Academic Exchange Service. And they actually have a database on requirements. And here, for example, you can check your country. So I again would opt for like a little bit unusual country, and let's say you'd only have done school and no studies. Is not possible without additional proof of education. Now they give you also links where you can check what is available or what you can use and what you can't use. This would look different when you have like 2 successful academic years. You qualify for subject restricted admission, for example, or you have a bachelor with a, here you can directly subject restricted, you can use that as a qualification. And with the 6-year degree, general admission and not subject restricted. So here you get quite an idea what you can do with your type of education. That is a very good resource. Plus, of course, here you get a lot of idea also costs of education and living. For example, now they clearly state Germany is not particularly expensive compared to other European countries, but you still need to prove your financial resources, and I think the highest costs you would be facing as a student are the costs for accommodation. To figure what language level you may need, you must check within the information for your desired study program on their website. I will use this website here of the University of Duisburg-Essen as an example. Here you find all the enrollment information. You can also see how the application process is going. And application for prospective foreign students. Here you find a link to the international office, for example, also the courses you can study there. So here is a lot of information and it's available in English, which is important, of course, if your German is not good enough. So here is an example that is a study which is offered in English. This is one of the courses, or there are not so many in Germany, of course, but this is actually something that is offered in English language. So here, not so much German is required. And actually, they would state that very clearly also here in the requirement. Admission requirement is you have to have a bachelor degree. And you need to have English language C1. German language skills are recommended but are not required. A quick look at the costs, which are per semester 346 euros, and that includes a ticket for public transport. At a German state university, there are no tuition fees. However, it should be mentioned that at different universities or universities of applied science, they charge a little different semester fees. Best value options. I mean, the subject here is a little bit also keep in mind the costs. And of course, if you go abroad, you still have to afford a living. That means roughly 1,000 euros per month that you just need to maintain yourself and to be able to live somewhere nearby your university. But since we have also online studying options, it's absolutely possible to stay in your country and study in Germany via distance learning. The biggest provider of distance learning in Germany is actually Fernuniversität Hagen, which is the website you can see. And it's a state university, which means that the costs are really low. So here on this side you have an overview what they offer in bachelor and master programs, for example. Also, you will find information what you need for your enrollment and what kind of German language proficiency you need. Here is interesting enough also the Goethe certificate is mentioned because many foreign countries have a Goethe Institute, so you can take language courses also there and they would be sufficient for this type of entrance qualification. And now there is the best part to come. What does it cost? A complete bachelor program costs between approximately 1,650 and 2,100 euro, while a master program costs between 750 and 1,400 euros. This is the best value for money you can get. I recently saw on the internet that people were discussing about a Swiss online university offering courses for free, but they charge for every exam you have to take, every paper you need to get. So that also would sum up to several thousand euros. But here the overall costs are clearly stated. And my master program, for example, that I took online, that had costs involved around 7,000 euros. So that is a little bit different. And here that is the best value for money and you have a clear overview what kind of costs you are facing while you can study from your home in your country. And that is really the best I have seen so far.